Hey friends, it's Coach T here with today's topic of how to upgrade your authentic self. Now, this is going to be for the people who are like, well, what if nobody likes me? And what if I really present my true colors and I get rejected? And it's going to hurt that much more. Or asking questions like, well, who even am I? What am I doing here? I don't even know. I'm going to offer you a simple two-step process and just in order to find who you really are deep down without all the extra pressures put on from friends and family and teachers and students and coworkers, without all of that deep to the root of who you are, and then also how you can be more at peace, more happy, and then actually start to not only embrace but upgrade that person that you are, that you know you can be. Because in order to be authentic, is you'll have an authentic life, and that's where the true bliss and joy comes from. If you hide behind a shell and a veil of your fake personality, you're never going to really get to the true personal development, the true personal richness that is unique to you. Okay, that's the whole part of being authentic, is being true to you. It may not be true for everybody else. So it takes a courage, it takes some self leadership, and it takes knowing, hey, I don't want to be phony anymore. It's just if you do that long enough, you're gonna know that it's not satisfying. It's just a way to get by, just a way to survive. If you want to be mediocre, that's fine. If you want to blow past and really excel in life, you're gonna have to start, and the earlier the better, figuring out who you are and actually what parts of you, the unique parts of you that you want to express in its totality. So the very first step is going to be just that. You got to isolate yourself from everybody that I just mentioned, okay? Go in a room, close the door, lock it up, bathroom if you have to, or I personally like the nature. Nature, as you know, has zero resistance. It's a place to where you can be totally free of any labels and identities that you put on yourself. Okay? So when you're in a spot like this to where you can totally unwind, you want to start taking off all these masks, identities. You might act a certain way with your parents. Notice this. This is starting to discover your inauthenticities, your fakeness. With your friends, are you a different person? With certain friends, certain teachers, certain bosses. Go through your entire timeline of you and all these different personalities that you've picked up in order to fit in. Okay? This is going to be crucial because you're starting to strip away. Again, this takes bravery. Okay? Because when you start piercing all the way down and you're peeling off the layers of the onion, it's just more and more layers. And to dive down, it takes a lot of time and a lot of courage and just belief that no matter what you find about yourself, you got to accept it. Watch my previous video of confidence, how to grow your confidence. Now, when you do this and you start to figure out, okay, and you're really penetrating deep, they call it self inquiry. Look that up for meditations and just asking, who am I? I know who I can pretend to be, and you have that all laid out and even stripped. You take all that out, what is left? So this is your part to do your own research internally, your internal research. Okay, this is going to be pivotal in order to create that life that is truly specialized to your needs. All right. Now, it's going to take multiple times, but when you do that, step two is the actual practical application. that is going to be now you reinsert yourself back with your family, your friends, in school, at work. You present yourself now, and you can observe some of the fake tendencies, or you can observe your five senses in the moment. How are you responding? You kind of want to step outside of your body and watch the entire situation unfold. You're watching now, okay, from a bird's eye view, almost detached. And when you do this, you can start to see, okay, where your what you like to see, your authentic parts, and the parts that are phony. Because again, it doesn't happen overnight, so you start working on it and you start to see, wait a minute. This is like Alan Watts said, personality is like poetry. So as you're developing it, you're like, oh, I kind of like that. I like how I said that. All right, let me remember that for the future. So, okay, and I can carry this to this conversation. And you're constantly, see, the problem with creating these labels and identities is we get stuck. Okay, it's an easy, well, I just work at this job. I am, these are my interests. I'm this type of person. Uh, I'm not a social cat, or I don't like going out. Whatever you define yourself, you catch yourself in a box or a trap because you can never grow out of that. When you start stripping all your identities, you see, wait a minute. Actually, that's just something I told myself. That's a belief that I held. Is that the actual truth? You can dive down deeper, and it's going to start opening up all these possibilities. Something that you never thought you had because, well, wait a minute, I don't do that, is what you tell yourself. I can't do that, but actually, you dive down, turns out you can. And actually, you can have fun doing it. Maybe you enjoy doing it. Maybe you've held yourself back because of what you previously thought of yourself wasn't able to attempt this. Okay? So when you do that and you're starting to watch, like, wow, okay, you start to kind of get in the flow of constantly adapting. So now you're no longer a rigid person with your straight up beliefs. Now it's like, well, as you learn and grow, you start to become a person that that's what I mean, upgrading your authentic self. You're starting to, you can have a picture of your end goal, but it's like along the way, you're taking all these rides, all these experiences, and then you can just see from that bird's eye view, whoa, you can look back, holy cow, I've really matured. I've really grown up. I really understand really the depth of my personhood. Because it's that one too. You still have to search and see. Ah, yes, I see, but that's just um, another mask. But it's one that I feel more comfortable with. It's one that I'm kind of working. It's really two faced, okay? Because we live in a day and age we can't be totally. It's tough to be totally no bullshit, honest, in your face. This is me because we come across these ceilings because we kind of have to play this game with this vehicle we've been given. Meaning, um, okay, for example, when you're all tatted up in pink hair and earrings, I think that's totally cool to express yourself. But then if you're trying to progress at a job or a career, you see that you hit certain limitations. That's just the society we live in. So it's like the game of, okay, how can I more fall in love with this vehicle, this person that I've been given, my personality? How can I continue to create and build that while I'm understanding the actual true depth of my inner nature? This is profound, it's very deep, but it's something that you're not going to hear very often because everybody wants to play that game of face value. Okay? And that's huge. And you can play that game with them, but you can also know so much more in depth And to where, so if somebody gets stuck and say, oh, well, what do you mean? And, they just kind of, you can be pivoting 360 degrees rapidly, and you can expand yourself in ways that's remarkable. And it actually becomes so pleasurable because you start to be a dynamic being. You can think and progress and place yourself in all these perspectives just by upgrading your authenticity. Bam, folks. Two-step process. Try it out, comment, see what you think. Let me tell you something. If you're having stuck, if you're not liking who you are, if you don't even know how to pierce any deeper, go ahead, set up that calendar appointment. We'll have a little phone call, and I'll help get you there, my friend. It's that easy. All right. I hope this helps. And until next time, friends.